The Timberwolves taking on the Celtics. For Minnesota, it's a battle between teams with championship DNA. They'll have the home crowd behind them in what is sure to be a clash of the Titans. Celtics, T-Wolves, coming up next. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jason Tatum.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. And for the Timberwolves, Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
Conley against Holiday. Randle right side. Shoots over Tatum. Rebounded by the Celtics. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
It always helps when your opponent turns the ball over that many times. I thought it was the deciding factor overall.
Yeah, you got to think Coach will show this one as an example of what not to do. You got to take care of the ball.
Here's Edwards. Pass to Randle. McDaniels with it. Let's go with a 3. Holiday grabs the miss. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Anthony Edwards. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
That's good from White.
Well, talk about a guy who gives you exceptional effort. Derek White is always watching the floor for gaps he can fill, places he can make a difference in the game.
And Stan, after they traded for Rudy Gobert, it took some time for the Wolves to gel.
It did, Brian. He's a unique player, and it's a process. But obviously, a 14-win improvement last season, they have found their identity as a defensive juggernaut. Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
And it's Holiday with the ball for Boston. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met in Boston.
And, you know, some games you're plagued by false starts and slow momentum. You could tell they were getting frustrated.
Well, it wasn't a pretty game as far as shooting goes, but ugly wins count just the same.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And stolen by Holiday. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Pass to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attacking the rim.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Now Gobert. Randall on the screen. Here's Edwards. The kick out to Conley. The three ball. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
Just a veteran play by Conley there, giving the D no time to react off the catch.
Here's White. 11 points for him last game against Toronto. Outside Tatum. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
Well, there you have it. Their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting.
Conley passes to Edwards. Going inside for three. Randall hits a three-pointer.
When you have Randall on your team, he'll space out that floor.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Conley against Holiday. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
That free throw misses. And the Celtics, far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
Pass to Randall. Conley against Holiday. McDaniels with it. Gobert inside. He had 10 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
And let's not ignore his impact at the other end. 4 blocks on the night. That's what you call sending a message defensively.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Conley against Holiday. Gobert with a screen on Holiday to the paint. Charity stripe shot. Boston with a rebound. And here's White. Holiday has the open look. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Conley against Brown. Back to Edwards. The three is up. Hauled in by Brown. Celtics lead by 5. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. And it's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
That one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Well, Stan, the NBA Cup has been a roaring success. How do you see it evolve through the years now?
Well, I don't know exactly how it'll evolve, but I thought it was a great move by the NBA to give players something to play for before the end of the season.
And as we head deeper into January, let's glance over the power rankings and see where we're at. You take a look at the Celtics. They've fallen down to the 3rd spot and are hoping to turn things back around.
Well, I think for Minnesota, they're a bit disappointed. The execution hasn't been consistent, but there's still a lot of games left to play.
And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 7. Pass to McDaniels. 5 on the clock. Here's Conley. Brown with some nice D. Boston leading by 7. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. We discussed just how difficult Jason Tatum is to guard and what he wants his team to do against him. And Coach told me he's a very talented and polished player. I told our guys to stay in front of him, don't fall for the pump fakes, play smart and under control. It's easier said than done, but we'll see if they're up to the task. Guys, back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Now here's Porzingis. White on the wing. Tatum looking it over. 4-3. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Holiday against Conley. Gobert passes to Conley. Edwards against White. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Well, the strength of Gobert allows him to finish through contact better than most guys.
Here's Holiday, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Outside Porzingis. Pass to White. And here's Brown. And Gobert with a block.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year trophies.
Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
First one falls for him. And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Well, Coach, Minnesota turning back the clock last year. Most of their lineups had multiple bigs.
Yeah, and we saw how effective it was, especially on defense. Minnesota led the league in defensive rating by a wide margin, and that length was a key factor.
Now here's Conley. He had 10 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry. Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Alexander Walker with the bucket.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Now here's Holiday. Outside Porzingis. White looking it over. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Holiday. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Here we are in the middle of the season. Let's see where the Western Conference standings sit. Taking a look at the Timberwolves, here around the midway point, they've proven to be a top 3 team in their conference.
Seeing where the Timberwolves are, give them credit. I mean, they've been playing very well this season, but they can't afford to take their foot off the gas pedal right now. They know they have a bullseye on their backs.
Yeah, no one is taking them lightly. This is a team with everything you really need to make some noise in the playoffs. Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives him 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes a bit.
What's up? That's It's good from White. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. White, the pass to Porzingis. No good from outside. Minnesota's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Out to DiVincenzo. Fires for 3. Sinks it from distance. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
Just a smart veteran play by Conley, making sure the ball gets to the guy with the best shot available.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Conley. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Yeah, Conley knows where his team needs him to be in transition, taking full advantage of the fast break opportunity.
Celtics trail by 3. Brown with it. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Toronto. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 17-7 run. To the inside. Here's Gobert. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Boston with some changes. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. Hauser comes in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Holiday. Shot clock at 6. And here's Gobert from the arc. Another miss by Gobert.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Conley looking for an opening. Picked by Gobert. Conley passes to Gobert. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Pritchard. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Minnesota leading by 3. Conley finds Reed. Back to Conley. To the middle. Here's Gobert. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. Gobert's got 6 points.
Yeah, nice timing in the pick and roll. Gobert finishing the job.
Celtics trail by 5. A minute 42 left in the first quarter here. Pritchard, the pass to Cornette. Outside, Brown. Nails it from beyond the arc. He has 7.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
Outside Conley. Down low. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Pass to Brown. 3-pointer. Called in by DiVincenzo. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 15-6 run. Now Alexander Walker jacks up a 3. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Here's Hauser. And And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 5-point game. We've got 33 seconds left in the first.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Here's DiVincenzo. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. The first one falls. Boston making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. Both free throws good from DiVincenzo. Now Tatum, 38 points for him last game against Toronto.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
Now here's Tatum. 7-point differential. Clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And so it's Dante DiVincenzo making things happen for Minnesota. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back with you shortly. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
The Timberwolves lead by 7. We've got Dante DiVincenzo, Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Shannon in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. And he's good on the first of 3. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And he's good on the second. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
And he makes all 3. And Stanley went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
Now here's Randall. A 26-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City. Tatum inside. Pass to Cornette. There's the three. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
DiVincenzo. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics trail by 4. There's Tatum with the three. On the wing, Tatum takes the three. Tatum drills the three.
Solid from 3. Tatum is not shy about firing away.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. McDaniels is checked in for Minnesota. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Julius Randle.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Pass to McDaniels, 19-footer, and the shot falls short that time. Boston has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Tatum passes to Horford, and Horford powers it home.
Horford really looking like an ageless wonder throwing it down.
Now here's Reed. Outside McDaniels from behind the arc. They get it back. A slam dunk by Reed.
Just one of many things Reed contributes on the floor. His ability to save plays by just being in the right place.
Tatum against McDaniels. Horford, a screen on McDaniels. Tatum passes to Horford. Here's Cornette. Out of bounds. The Timberwolves will take it. Let's have a look at the early favorites to compete in this year's three-point contest. Many of the top shooters in the league.
Most of these guys are going to collect a ton of votes. And if this is who makes the final cut, then it's going to be a year to remember.
Well, you look at Tatum. He's going to need to move up this list big time to be part of the three-point contest. But he's got a shot.
Maybe, especially if he can get hot from beyond the arc. And he certainly has the ability to do so.
And we'll keep you posted as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. But that's our current list for the three-point contest.
It's going to be a fantastic competition. We've got an endless supply of shooters in this league, and that contest will be heated. You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
He does not get the second one. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Yeah, Horford has gotten more selective with his shooting, but he's still very efficient inside.
Randle against Horford. Randle, the pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Randle. Three-pointer. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. He takes it in. Oh, Tatum stuffing it home.
And that's on the defense there. You can't give Tatum those lanes and launching pads to the rim.
Horford against Randle. Reed for 3. Gets the 3-ball to go. Reed's got 5 points now in the quarter. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Porzingis has checked in for Cornette, and Holiday subbed in for Hauser. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Minnesota in the lead. Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Daniels. That's tipped. It's stolen by Tatum. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. The three. And Tatum cashes in from the corner. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
Pass to McDaniels. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Tatum. Stan, a late first-round pick in 2020. Jaden McDaniels, one of the top young two-way players in the league.
Well, Brian, last season he was rewarded with a big money extension. His play tailed off just a bit, but still a key player for them moving forward.
Conley's checked in for Alexander Walker. The Celtics also with a sub. Hauser, he's checked in for Horford. And both free throws good for McDaniels. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? Tatum can't hit.
He's got a nice feel for that crossover, but you still have to finish.
DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. To shoot. Here's DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Porzingis misses. The Timberwolves trail. Here's DiVincenzo. 9 points for him in his last game. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Now here's Holiday. Holiday, a screen on Randall. Tatum passes to Holiday. Fires the three. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
And they're trending in the right direction after a rough first quarter from the field.
Conley against Holiday. Pass to Randall. Back to Conley. And rejected.
Well, Holiday is a phenomenal defender. A point guard who can block your shot if you're not careful.
And Minnesota making a change here. Edwards is checked in. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. Pulls it from 20. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Holiday. All sorts of time. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Free throw drops for Conley.
Well, respected both on and off the floor, Conley is one of those guys that leads by example.
Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Edwards against White. Pass to Tatum. easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Conley with the ball. He has 7. Reed sets a screen. And Porzingis with the block.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
And Minnesota has possession. 6 to shoot. Conley passes to Ingles. Puts up a 3.
They were shooting the 3-ball so well in the first, but they can't find that spot.
Oh, Jason Tatum!
Wow, what a slam. Tatum not messing around right there.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Timberwolves trail by 5. Now Edwards. 23 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Tatum from long range. That won't go either for Tatum.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Conley finds Edwards. Ingles, a screen on Brown. Edwards can't hit. Boston leading by 3. Holiday passes to Tatum. It's Tatum working inside.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Here's Conley. 7 points in the game. Pass to Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it from the corner. Rebound Boston. Tatum's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Launches it. That won't go either for Tatum.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Edwards. McDaniels with it. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. And it's Randall in for Ingles. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Horford, he's checked in for Tatum. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? Taking a look at Boston, they've been outstanding halfway through this season, looking cohesive and playing for one another.
Well, for the Celtics, give them credit. I mean, they've been playing very well this season, but they can't afford to take their foot off the gas pedal right now. They know they have a bullseye on their backs.
Yeah, no one is taking them lightly. This is a team with everything you really need to make some noise in the playoffs.
And it's good. 2 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 7. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. And he gets it to go. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Inside. And there's McDaniels. That one's good on the assist from Gobert.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
Here's Brown. 7 points in the game. Horford outside. 1:36 left in the first half of basketball. Oh, rise up, Jaylen Brown.
A big athletic finish by Brown, polishing off the lob pass with authority.
And Minnesota with possession here. 9-point game. Stan, last year was an epic season for the Celtics, obviously ending with their 18th title.
Yeah, they were by far the best team in the league all season. 64-18 in the regular season. They had the 5th best point differential in league history, led by the most efficient offense of all time. A very worthy champion.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Now here's McDaniels. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. The offensive rebound. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Conley. And there it is for him. Holiday's got 10 points in the game.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assist.
29 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Conley passes to Gobert. Here's Edwards. The three. Good work defensively by White. Holiday finds White. Outside, Brown. Here's the floater. That one no good. And so it's Boston in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting restless over there.
Hey, my mistake, big fella. Someone put crazy talk on the teleprompter. I was just, going along with it for giggles.
I'm not giggling, Ernie.
Come on, try it. Come on. I bet I can make you giggle.
I'm ticklish, Ernie. I'm ticklish. I don't want to
Come on. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Boston Celtics.
They've had a lot of success in transition, running for their lives like a turkey in November. Bark, bark, bark.
I don't know that that's a great comparison or a good turkey sound effect. Neither is that. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. And Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Timberwolves trail by 13. So the Celtics 5 right now. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
White for 3. They grab their own miss. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
Well, just by hitting the offensive glass, Porzingis can pick up a lot of extra points.
Edwards against White. Now here's Edwards, tightly guarded, set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
It's Edwards with a drive, laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Edwards has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
What a ferocious drive by Edwards, fending off the defense with ease there.
Boston leading by 13. Outside Porzingis. Porzingis with a screen on McDaniels. Pass to Holiday from deep. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, and as his career has progressed, Holiday has gotten more comfortable in those catch-and-shoot situations.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Our 2K leaderboard highlighting the NBA's assist leaders over the last month. Number 5, the Timberwolves.
And over this last stretch, this team has been incredible passing the rock, playing great team basketball.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Brown against McDaniels. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Boston pulls it in.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
Here's Brown. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Brown's got 11.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And so Randall will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach. Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Gobert passes to Randall. Just 5 to shoot. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And over the years, Randall has stepped up his role, an assertive scorer and a natural leader.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Celtics lead by 15. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Brown passes to Tatum. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. The Timberwolves have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in this second half. Randall against Tatum. Randall, the pass to Edwards. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Holiday. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
Well, a swat from McDaniels. With a near 7-foot wingspan, he can cover a lot of ground.
Randall outside. Over Holiday. The kick out to Edwards. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards has got 14.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Celtics lead by 11. Outside Holiday. Pass to Brown. Over McDaniels. Brown can't hit. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Conley. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. 9 points in the game.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy. But a rally like this is how you do it.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace. And Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
Pass to Gobert. Gobert with a screen on White. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Outside White. And here's Tatum. 19 points in the game. From outside the arc. Edwards pulls it in. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on an 11-3 run. Gobert passes to Edwards. Gobert against Porzingis. And stolen by Holiday. Here's Brown. No stopping him there. Jams it in. And he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. Jaden McDaniels picks one up. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them.
Well, Grant, it appears that league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, B.A. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So there's plenty of talent to go around.
Here's the steal. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. With the drive, here's Holiday. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Edwards. Outside for Randall. Lets the three fly. Drains the triple. Randall's got 9.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randall can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
Randall against Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Randall deciding where to go with it. Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Randall outside. Shot clock at 5. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. The shot by Conley, no good.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
A nice shot by Brown.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Pass to Edwards. From downtown. Oh, Edwards! Money on the triple.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Now here's Holiday. He's got 13. On the wing, Tatum. Count it. Tatum's got 21.
Well, we've come to expect this from Tatum. Just so good at taking over games all by himself.
Here's Conley. He's got 9. Pass to Gobert. And here's Edwards. Gobert up top. Defended by Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Gobert. And stolen by Brown. Now here's Tatum. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
The pure skill and agility of Tatum on full display. To be able to beat the foul and still get his bucket.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Horford's checked in. That one misses for Tatum.
Well, it's so impressive how Jason Tatum has just continued to strengthen his game. He's a star who isn't easily satisfied by his own play and always wants to do more.
Now here's Randall. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. He got him. No doubt that's a foul, and it's going to be a transition take foul. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.
That's good from Holiday.
The first thing that comes up when you think of Drew Holiday, defense. He's probably the best perimeter defender of his generation. He can guard multiple positions and gives full effort every night.
Now here's Holiday. 18 points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
Well, 3 triples in the first half, but he seems to have gone cold from distance since the break.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Here's Pritchard. No points yet. Down low. Here's Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
And Minnesota with possession here. They trail by 18. Conley against Holiday. Here's Randall. The rebound, Celtics.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
This will be his second trip to the free throw line in this one. And that one falls for Tatum.
Just money from the line. Tatum knows the importance of making free throws.
And Minnesota with some changes. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston.
Go watch him! Get off him! No.
Pass to Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Horford can't hit.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's DiVincenzo. Softly drops in the floater. DiVincenzo's got 12 points.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. Here's Pritchard. DiVincenzo covering. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. High arcing shot. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
And Brown doesn't mind getting roughed up on the way up. In fact, he embraces it.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Timberwolves trail by 19. Randall with it. Picked up by Tatum. Pass to Alexander Walker. A minute 31 left in the third. Now DiVincenzo lets it go from deep. The rebound, Celtics. Hauser's got 4 rebounds now. To the left wing. Here's Pritchard. Minnesota with a rebound. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Shannon. Pass to DiVincenzo. To the inside. Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
And that's what Reed brings to the table. He's got an impressive combination of strength and mobility.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Pritchard. No points so far. Tatum with a screen. And here's Brown for 3. It's not going to go for him.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Shannon. Now here's Randall. Not a lot of room. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. He's gone 3 of 4 from the line. McDaniels is checked in for Minnesota. And the Celtics also making a change. Cornette's checked in for Jason Tatum.
Find the lanes. One shot.
Certain guys can remake their games to fit the times. Randall's worked on his right hand and his jump shooting. He's a much more versatile threat now at the offensive end.
Here's Pritchard, and right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Over to the left wing. Outside, Brown. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Again, the miss by Boston. Right side, Alexander Walker. Here's McDaniels. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
And so it's Boston, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They've been fantastic pushing the ball. Fast break points a key to this lead. We'll be back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got Naz Reid. McDaniels out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Mike Conley, and it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. That sends Jason Tatum to the free throw line. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up. Timberwolves trail by 14. Alexander Walker with it. Pass to DiVincenzo. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
His first turnover. He's been extremely steady with the ball tonight.
Boston leading by 14. Outside Tatum. Here's Cornette. And he converts the layup.
Yeah, great read by Tatum there. Recognizing the overcommitment and making the defense pay.
Minnesota shooting an average of 43% from the floor. Pass to McDaniels. Wide open. Unable to get that one.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Cornette. He's guarded by Conley. Banked it in off the glass. Cornette's got 4 points this quarter.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Reed sets a screen. Pass to Alexander Walker. This one for three. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist.
Look, if you're open, Conley sees you. That was a great pass.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Alexander Walker, the pass to McDaniels. It's good.
A smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Celtics lead by 13. Pass to Tatum. Back to Pritchard. And he's going for the oop here. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. In transition, here they come. That one's good for 2.
The legs of Conley, they work just fine getting out there on that break.
Here's Pritchard. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. McDaniels against Horford. Pass to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, here's Cornette. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
There's no argument that Tatum's at his best when he's distributing.
Here's Conley. Reed sets a screen. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Ingles, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. The Celtics have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Walsh is checked in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
As always, Allie, we thank you. So it's Boston now. Tatum, good.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Outside Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Holiday grabs the miss. Celtics lead by 16. Out left to the wing. Here's Walsh. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for McDaniels.
And you think back to when McDaniels was drafted. Everyone talked about his potential. Now they're talking about his consistency as a contributor, especially at the defensive end.
Holiday finds Tatum. From the arc. Minnesota with a rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Conley against Holiday. Pass to Gobert. Now Holiday. Tatum with it. Here's the three. Knocks down the triple. Tatum's got 13 in the second half.
Well, look at how his team works to get Tatum set up for success. Feeding him when he's ready to fire.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Here is DiVincenzo. Deflected. Here's Hauser. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Naz Reid. The first free throw is good. Good on both. And so Conley will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 19-point game. Pass to Gobert. To the wing on the left. Here's Reid. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Hauser. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 15 rebounds here tonight. The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. And that one's good from Conley.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the reset button at halftime. Not sure if it was a mechanical issue, but he's looked much more confident offensively.
Hey, right here.
Celtics lead by 17. On the wing, Tatum. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, there's a high percentage look for Tatum. The defense did what it could.
No good on that one.
He couldn't get to the line once in the first half. Coach must have really talked to him at the break.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Good on the second one. Now here's Randall. Pass to Edwards. Back to Randall. To the middle. Gobert finds DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with a 3.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
Shoots from 14, and he knocks the jumper down. Brown's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Pass to Randall. Well, Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A., and the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
What a move by Tatum, finishing strong at the rim.
McDaniels is checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. The Celtics also with a sub. Derek White's checked in for Pritchard. That one misses for Tatum. Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency.
Boston on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. Pass to Porzingis. Outside, Brown. Porzingis with a screen on McDaniels. And here's Holiday. Up and over Conley. The shot by Holiday, no good. Conley with the ball. Now guarded by White. Here's McDaniels. He goes up again. And he lays it up and in. Edwards got 4 points now in the quarter.
Things started to click for him in the second half. You can tell the focus and the intent is all there.
On the wing, Tatum. Checked by Randall. Lets it go. Again, the miss by Boston. Timberwolves trail by 18. Outside Conley. To the left side wing. Randall inside. Tatum's there. Basket's good.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Pass to Brown. Outside White. Now here's Holiday. He's guarded by Conley. Holiday against Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis high post. Minnesota with a rebound. Randall's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And Porzingis with the block. Tatum passes to Holiday. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves have gone 7 for 15 in the fourth. Edwards finds Gobert. McDaniels with it. Defended by Brown. Here's Edwards. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on White.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, what you have to love about Edwards is his drive. This is a guy that wants to be an all-time great when it's all said and done.
Porzingis surveying the floor. Pass to Brown. Tatum with it. To stop the drought. Edwards pulls it in. Edwards has got 5 rebounds in the game. Now McDaniels, hounded by Tatum. Out to the wing. McDaniels passes to Conley. Minnesota again missing.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Holiday, a screen on McDaniels. There's Tatum with the 3. Drills it from deep. Tatum's got 38 points. Okay, it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look good.
And you guys know that this is something every player worries about, no matter your age or your ability.
Yeah, teams do everything they can to protect against it, but at this point, all you can do is hope he's not gone for too long.
Reed's checked in for Minnesota. And stolen by Brown. It's a one-on-one situation. Back to Tatum. 5 to shoot. And then Tatum slams it in.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball No needless fouls and no threes.
There's a minute 59 left in the fourth quarter. Holiday against Conley. Pass to Edwards. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by White. Now Holiday. Brown passes to Porzingis. Kick out to Brown. That three's off the mark. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Celtics.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And this will go down as win number 25 for them this year.
And even though this season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jason Tatum.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Brown finds Holiday. Brown inside, guarded by Edwards. White for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. The 3 is up. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Porzingis. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Pass to Shannon. Oh, trying his luck from deep. And Pritchard pulls it down. And he drops the first. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's DiVincenzo. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Jason, congrats on the win. How do you prepare yourself to carry such a big scoring load for this team?
Just a lot of hard work. You know, my teammates trusting me and vice versa. So, you know, we do a good job whoever is hot, you know, getting them the ball and just making the right play, whatever it is.
That's what's great about this team. It could be anybody's night. Thanks, Jason.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we present the player of the game, Jason Tatum.